Right, today I'm going to review my new Steyr Hunting 5 semi-automatic air rifle. This is the .177 version, and as you can see from first views, it's not perhaps the most exciting air rifle in the world to look at initially, has to be said. It's fairly standard in its configuration, thumbhole walnut stock, free floating barrel over the air cylinder, so nothing outlandish at all really. Walnut stock, again not a fancy laminate thing, but it is a nicely configured walnut stock. It's got an adjustable butt pad, you slide it up or down, and it's got quite a decent curve on it as well, so it does sit rather comfortably in your shoulders. It's good butt pad. Pistol grip, stippled instead of checkered. This gives you a really good grip. You know, there's no facility for the thumb up shooting position, but other than that, superb. Fully adjustable trigger, adjustable first stage, second stage, adjustable for reach, and you can also slide the trigger blade over to the left or over to the right, depending on how you like it. It's got a nice fat trigger blade actually. It's really quite a wide trigger blade. You're seeing there how wide it is, so it's good trigger, really good trigger, as you'd expect from a Steyr. You know, a company like Steyr that are as renowned for their target rifles, these boys know how to make a decent trigger. It's got a really long, actually, free floating stainless steel fully rifled barrel. No thread cut on the end for a silencer, unfortunately, but you do get an adapter that slides over the end that you can screw a silencer onto. In all fairness, the full barreled version, the actual full rifle version on the Carbine, is not that noisy a gun really. So a silencer, you know, it's not an essential item. The Carbine gives a heck of a lot more of a crack. The Carbine's got a 13 centimetre shorter barrel and a correspondingly shorter air cylinder. In the Carbine, I understand, in 177 you get about 80 shots. With this you get just over 100. Though I haven't tried that, in all fairness, and that's in 177 because that's the calibre that this is. Manometer at the end, charges with a probe, and in the other side here is a little push-in protector to keep the probe area clean so you don't get any rubbish going in there. As I say, fairly standard rifle. It's got a biathlon style cocking mechanism, and the 5-shot magazine slides in there. You can't slide the magazine in until you've cocked it, and likewise you can't operate the safety catch till you've actually cocked the rifle. Now, it looks, I'll be honest, fairly standard. You know, it looks like, I don't know, 1,001 different makes of PCP air rifles on the market. The difference with this is, A, it's of astonishing quality. You know, everything, all the fit, the way the checkering's done, the way the stippling's done, that trigger, all the metal work's beautifully finished, barrel's lovely and finished. You know, the way it fits in here, the fit and finish of it is superb. But really, it's the fact that this thing's a semi-auto that makes it completely different from everything else that's out there. And it really, it's a gun for hunting, end of. It's phenomenally accurate. It really is a very accurate rifle, but it's in the hunting field because of that automatic, or semi-automatic I should say, action that makes things so much better. It's self-indexing, the mechanism, because it shoots directly from the magazine rather than shooting from a pellet loaded into the breech, which is why it's legal in this country. I've hunted with this, I've only had it a week. I've took it out 3 times. First time I shot a rabbit, second time I shot 2, third time I shot another 2, and then I came home because that's all I needed, just to keep the dogs and the ferret and myself fed. So it's pointless going crazy, but this thing is incredible. Every rabbit that's been within range, sort of 40 yards, it's brought down. Now, there is a tendency to go berserk and let go a full magazine. because it's there, and it just makes sure of the job. You know, with this, you'd have to be useless really to wound at killing ranges. If you go for a headshot, like I always do, at reasonable ranges, i.e. up to 40 yards, maybe 45 at a bush, in ideal conditions. With this, you've got a second, third, fourth and a fifth follow-up shot. Should the breeze catch it, your prey move momentarily, there'll be a blade of grass in the way, whatever. With this, as long as you're a reasonable shot and you're within range and you're going for a headshot, this is going to put whatever you're shooting at in your game bag at the end of the day. No two ways about it. It's a great, awesome hunting gun. It doesn't look fancy, you know. It's not got a laminate stock, it's not got electric triggers, it's not got the fanciest, latest, up-to-date regulators and all the rest of it, but it doesn't need it because it's got something that no other gun currently on the market has got that's legal in the UK, and that is, it's a 5-shot semi-automatic. And I will just shoot at a target now and show you exactly what that means. Right, first off, before you load the magazine, these are the magazines. And the thing to mention with this is as well, before we go any further, it's very pellet fussy. Because you literally just, the pellets are held in with just a push fit. So you just push the pellets into the hole. There's a little illustration of a pellet so you know which way around to shove them in. So they go in like that. And it's very pellet picky. Because if the pellets are too loose, they'll fall through. If they're too big or too tight, it's a hell of a squeeze to squeeze them in. Now I bought about 10 packets of those small tester packets that you can get on the internet, on eBay or various other places for a couple of quid, and tried various pellets, and it ended up the 4.52 fitted this in the Air Arms Diablo with the best pellets for the job. They're just about perfect. They don't fall out when you tip it up, and they're not too tight so you have to ram them home. And they've also, coincidentally enough, or probably not coincidentally enough actually, turned out to be the most accurate pellets as well I've used with it. Right, I'm just going to do a quick shot on this now, freehand, so you can get a rough idea. So to load it, you pull back the biathlon style cocking lever and you'll hear it click. That means it's cocked. Then you take your magazine, try and do this one-handed, it's rather fiddly, slide it in all the way, and now we're ready to shoot. Safety catch, you can only operate the safety catch once the rifle's loaded. So slide it back for safe, and I will put 5 shots through it and show you what I mean. I've actually put 10 shots through it, but it gives you some idea of what you can expect.